Hey guys, this is Paul, back again with another video. And today, we're going to be doing another group canyon run. Haven't seen this in a while. It's because I've been exceptionally busy, but now's the chance to face a bike once more, testing our limits, and also checking out the new suspension setup. Now, the suspension setup that I recently made a video about to show you what it visually looks like and how much the car actually lowered, that's the KONI shocks paired up with the Neuspeed springs. Now, in this case, I am recording without stabilization to show you how much the car rocks. And it might feel just as bad as it looks in the video, really. If the video makes it seem too harsh, it's not that hard of a ride. So in this case, I'm facing Heath, great rider, very responsible guy. He really knows his stuff, and he owns this VSTROM-650 that you're seeing here in front of us. And thank God that car moved out of the way because I hate cars in the way. So first thing I noticed about his bike, it's that the acceleration that this bike has is probably the best out of every bike that I've chased so hard. So that bike really pulled. It was very hard for me to keep it together in the straights, and I had to sort of amp myself up and allow myself to make bolder entry speeds in the corners in order to catch up with them. So that was an interesting experience for me, but that was great. That's what I needed, because in this case that allows me to really test the suspension to their limits. Now, from the beginning when I installed the springs and the shocks, I knew that my body roll had decreased and my miles per hour around pretty much every corner had increased by some type of average. Now you see this car here on the left? That was some type of Lincoln or Crown Vic. Well, I thought that was a cop, so I went pretty slow, causing me to lose Heath immensely, because even at 100% throttle, he still pulls away. So at this point, I gotta catch up. And you'll see how I work slowly through corners to catch up. One thing that I now understand about bikes and about cars is that bikes are quicker in the straights and cars are quicker in the corners. At least that's my experience so far. But depending on the bike and the car, that can change very quickly. But as you can see, in a few corners I can catch back up, and usually you see that the car shines into a corner, usually a small radius corner where the bike has to actually slow down. But look at this again. See the straight? Look at how he's accelerated from me. Look at how much distance he's gained over me, and check out how I'm gonna close the gap. I had to cheat a little bit and step over the line, but if one corner by corner I end up decreasing this gap, and you'll see me progressively working to catch up to him multiple times. Now, this video, I'm gonna show you the road going in as I am right now, and that for the purpose of showing you kind of how the shock is responding to the road. And at this point, I'm gonna start talking to you more about the spring and the shock. But also I want to mention that I'm going to be doing the reverse of this road, so basically coming out of this road, as it's only a dead-end road, and that's going to also be in the video in the second segment. I'm going to keep that there just because of the second stage, basically the stage coming out of this road. We actually went a lot harder, so it's going to provide more information about what the shock can do. You can compare this to my previous videos, and I personally feel that I've gained maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour overall around pretty much every corner. So it really does help, primarily because it decreases the body roll of the car. But yeah, let's talk about how it feels. Now, in terms of feeling, we've all seen how it looks, but in terms of feeling, it's very harsh. Now, daily driving, the spring feels majestic. You wouldn't have known that it has aftermarket suspension in it. You'd think it was stock. When you do take in these back roads, however, you start jumping across bumps and crevices. The car literally bounces a bit too much sometimes, and certain disturbances in the road actually have your whole body crashing into and flying around the seat. It's pretty hard. You feel like your spine will go through your skull. And I do believe that in certain situations when the car steps into a dip or something like that, um, that's when you lose a lot of grip compared to stock suspension. But that is made up in corners like this, for example, fast corners, long sweepers, and even smaller radius corners, because the body roll has been almost eliminated and now you can actually step in with more confidence. Also, camber has been created due to the lowering the car, and that actually suits the car pretty well too. With more camber in the front, you can have a very nice turn-in response. The car will tend to oversteer a little bit, however, but I've noticed that happening more often due to the overall stiffness of the car. It happens easier, there's less flex in the wheels, but the grip does feel better. You'll see up ahead, in a moment, I do step into some dirt and I oversteer a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that. But the car handled itself magically still, and it was as if nothing happened. So overall, I think it's beneficial for the back road. It won't be as comfortable. It won't be so shearing when you step over big potholes and stuff like that, because you will feel the tire falling into the pothole, the grip being less there in those situations. But even though it'll feel a little harsher and less confidence inspiring in harsh road situations, in slightly better road situations, or in general, it's going to feel better around the corners because the body roll is much better. I feel like this car now turns in like a modified Honda rather than a base model Golf. So it helped a lot, and along with some tasteful mods such as brakes, pads, rotors, brake lines, wider wheels, better tires, it can become a very good package once you install a spring and a shock that properly fits and matches. So now, with this video, you can see that the overall speed at which we're running has increased. You'll see that on the way out in a second, more pronounced, and you'll see that we end up being braver and hit higher speeds that I wouldn't have even imagined in this road with my stock setup, due to it being extremely soft. I'm not saying the body roll is bad, but decreasing it a little bit always helps in hard cornering situations, especially if you also have very grippy tires, and this is the case here in this car. So, do I suggest installing a shock and a spring? Yes, you won't be as comfortable, but your performance will be very much improved, for sure. So, I will continue on with the second bit of the video and let you guys think what you like. Thank you so much for watching. From now on, I'm probably going to annotate or allow you to enjoy the video. The second bit is just for the performance between a bike and a car segment, which I've done before, but that's kind of the focus of this part rather than the shots, because I have also stabilized the image, and the main point is not exactly how the shock feels or looks in the video, but rather the competition and the speeds that we did. So we start out slow here, and we're gonna pick up the pace. Probably the quickest that I've done this road, especially backwards, because I don't usually play reverse. But the springs, while they jolted me around and stressed me out in some potholes and bumps, they did also give me this immense confidence in the corners that overweighs the lack of confidence that you get once you hit very hard and disturbed road, like, let's say, big bumps, crevices, because the spring sort of follows those imperfections in the road. But for sure, I have to say that that negative feeling does not outweigh the positive confidence and the way the car feels, the quickness, the turning ability, how alive it is, and the fact that it's more fun. So yes, get a suspension. Main thing that I was worried about was that it would be too harsh, but as you can see here, I'm going full pace in the back road, probably one of the least refined back roads in my area, and the suspension is doing a great job. So go for it. If you want to lower your car, make it a little prettier, and make it perform better, go ahead and do it. Now I'm going to leave you guys enjoy the video. Thank you so much.
making dollars and cents is tense. Walking tight ropes and never fall off. My crew got too live, they got hauled off to the dream we're taking where nothing's sacred. I traveled abroad and found God, but can't escape this moment of truth where consumers are spooked on how I'm supposed to look and sound. Bringing the king down, I'm out here to innovate. You're not to mention when thoughts are cynical. My mind's in a better state, my life's like a paradox. Sort of like the American dream of making it seem that forever sought. State the obvious, cause they're blind though they're watching us with binoculars. Rich white kids are copping this critical words from the poet, not novelist. On the front lines, we stand tall like an obelisk. Doctrine words so you can hear the truth in the verse. Lunging at you like a robber that's attacking the clerk. A thief in the night, showing all my people the light. A Neo Moses, moving all the masses with mics. Instead of fish, I give the populace some beans and rice. Speaking of Christ, hoping that the fool was a fight. Walking the path, I hold the microphone like a staff. The first is the last, lock low, ready to blast. With the body soul, I pack a hydro. My life's no stranger to sin, but I'm a righteous poet. Part of the globe, know what other half is sleeping on it. Me, lyrical king, I feel for my next opponent. They better step up on it. Mike and hand, I'm never torn it. Cats wanna brag about wealth, but now they scared of flaunt it. We got that real shit, no gimmick, genuine. That true school hip hop is your